Hi everybody. So today I'm going to be pulling some cards. I have one of my Angel Oracle decks here. This one's from my personal collection. This is what the back of the cards look like. You may have seen these on another video. I've had these for quite some time. You'll see, actually I guess you can see it a little bit. The shelves behind me, not just Yashira's soap shelf, but there is another shop that we just added there called Elaine's Extra Touch. She is an independent creator that hasn't really had her stuff sold anywhere before, but this is really a nice opportunity for her to have things on display. I'm going to do some more shelf tours and things like that on my personal Facebook page later today. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do like a 3-card pull and see what's interested in coming out. What I do is I tend to give everything a nice good shuffle, nice big shuffle, and I'll divide the decks themselves into 3 and then I'll reshuffle. So it doesn't have to be an exact third, it can be any way you want. I'll tend to have like a past, present. Sorry, it's really loud at the mill today, so I apologize. It hasn't been like that most of the day, but if you hear background noise, that is what it is. It's just the hallway. Sounds like they have like a forklift or something that they've been using for either sanding or something like that. So I did a proper shuffle to get everything energized, and now I'm doing 3 separate shuffles for smaller piles. So let's see what we're wanting to talk about today. Today's themes are patience. This card says, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. The second card is Rosetta. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. And the third card is called Astara, A-S-T-A-R-A. So you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and your desires, and don't compromise. So let me show you quickly. This is Patience. This is what that artwork is. Beautiful sunset. Rosetta, sort of that traditional cherubic harpsichord. This is the Astara card, the Ascension. The wings are very prominently showcased as fully spread, touching the stars. I certainly hope so. I mean, if this is pertaining to me and maybe perhaps to you two who are watching, I have a really good feeling about this. I'm really hoping, since January, things have, for the most part, for myself, especially in terms of work and in terms of like moving, having like that forward momentum. I think that's very true. I think that there were a lot of lessons for me last year, just in my personal life, that I wish had turned out a little bit differently, but now it's kind of like trial by fire has happened, and now I'm trying really hard to just implement whatever lessons I can take from them. And I'm going to try my best to just kind of act accordingly, learn accordingly. I've been trying hard to open up new dialogue to people who are good for me, and trying really hard to separate myself from people that are energy draining. And I don't say that in a bad way. I think that obviously grief is energy draining and stress is energy draining. I think that lots of things are differently draining for different individuals, and not everybody has the same ability to cope with that. So I'm saying that if you are in that headspace, that's okay. I'm not talking really at this time about anything in particular, but sometimes like your cup is overflowing, things are overwhelming. And as much as I want to be able to hold space for people, I also need to, I've learned really throughout this year that I definitely have to protect my own energies in the process. The Rosetta card about working with young people and introducing new information, teaching and parenting. I think that that also pertains to, I am in the process of working on my yoga curriculum. That's going to be something that will be, I actually have some filming I'm doing today for some, that'll be on my Instagram, my Facebook Live, perhaps, and on my Twitch stream, maybe. I say that only because it's being filmed horizontally and not, well, excuse me, it's being filmed vertically, not horizontally. So, stay tuned. I haven't posted a ton of yoga things recently, and that's really, like I've said myself, I think that I've fallen out of practice. I think that there were some things that I fully separated myself from after my leg injury that I'm now kind of figuring out how to return to in a healthy way, in a meaningful way for me that doesn't detract from, it's not gonna, I'm basically doing like a re-immersion, a slow re-immersion for myself. So I'm filming yoga a little bit every day this week. You'll see me different outfits, different times of day, filming some different things, and there's going to be plenty of material to work with for my virtual online presence, as well as kind of gearing up for March and April when I'd like to start teaching classes in person. So that is these two cards together. The Astara card is next. Sorry, Astara is the third card. And we've talked so far about patience and the Rosetta. And Astara says, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and don't compromise. Dreams and desires, don't compromise. This has been an overarching theme. I think that there was so much of the last 2 years, the last 4 years, where like I've been totally steamrolled, totally shouldering the other responsibilities of those around me, picking up the slack and really just not getting any recognition for it. And really just, it's not even that I was doing those things for recognition, but I think that the lack of appreciation from certain individuals, definitely at those times, not that they haven't subsequently, like, some of them have said thank you and had their own realizations, some of them really haven't. So it's just the recognition that for me, I tend to come to everybody else's aid, come to everybody else's needs, and then when the shoe's on the other foot, like, people just don't think of me as like somebody who needs assistance. I think it tends to be like, well, if you're so strong, then like, you don't need to whatever, like, you don't need help. And it's like, well, that's not how people work. Like, that's really fully not. So thank you for watching. I'm going to go right from this to filming just a little bit of a mild chair yoga tutorial, where I'm basically going to center myself on like how to do breathing exercises, and I hope that you'll be able to join me for that video. Thank you very much.